Why does the same website load instantly on one network but struggle on another? The answer often lies in the HTTP version powering that connection. We will break down HTTP 1, HTTP 2, and HTTP 3. We will explain how each protocol impacts performance, speed, and reliability. HTTP, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol, defines how clients and servers communicate over the web. Every time a browser requests a web page or when an API call is made, HTTP is involved. HTTP 1 was designed for a much simpler web. It uses a closed connection protocol, which means there are a lot of back and forth between the client and server. First, there is a TCP handshake. Once the connection is established, we can only send a one request over the single TCP connection. In order to send multiple requests, there will be multiple TCP handshakes between the client and server. This makes the process very slow. To overcome this problem, HTTP 1.1 was introduced to make the process fast. Now, we can send multiple requests over a single TCP connection. However, HTTP 1.1 works like a single route. Only one request can be processed at a time on a connection. If one request gets delayed, the others will have to wait for the previous request to be processed. Now let's look at HTTP 2. It doesn't change what is being sent, but it changes how it is delivered. It uses three main features: multiplexing, server push, and header compression. With multiplexing, multiple requests and responses happen over a single connection at the same time, so there is no more waiting in line. We can think of it like ordering food at a restaurant. Instead of bringing each dish one by one, the waiter puts all the food together on a big plate and delivers it to us at once. HTTP 2 is also a bit psychic. The server knows that if we ask for the HTML page, we will definitely need the CSS and images too. It sends them to our tray before we even have to ask. HTTP 2 uses header compression. It remembers our information from the first request, so for the rest of the requests, we only send the new information. This reduces the amount of data being sent. HTTP 2 was a huge upgrade, but they are still walking on a narrow tightrope called TCP. For example, think of a single-lane road. If the first car gets stuck, then even if the other cars are ready to move, they cannot pass until that first car moves forward. This is known as TCP head-of-line blocking. In HTTP 3, every item on the request travels in its own independent lane. If your CSS file gets lost in transit, your images and text don't have to wait for it to be recovered. They keep loading. HTTP 3 swaps out the old TCP tightrope for a new protocol called QUIC, which runs on UDP. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next video.